I can have your attention, please? Woo, very dramatic. Thank you very much. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to the new and improved first time ever Emerson School Awards ceremony in our new space. So welcome. I thought yesterday was perfect out on the grass with a new tree, but if I could make up a new word today is perfecter. What could be better? Here we are in our brand new beautiful space. We are all together, kindergarten through 8th grade. We're welcoming parents here today and the faculty. We have a new tradition that is starting today, and we clapped in the 8th grade ceremony today. Things will be a little bit different today than they've been in the past, so we're very excited about that. We're honoring our 8th graders who have to sit up here nicely on stage so we can look at them, the assembly. We are honoring some teachers who have served Emerson School for a great long time of wonderful service that we'll talk about a little bit later. And we're honoring specific students today in many grade levels who represent the qualities that we all and respect and who have been chosen to represent those qualities that we aspire to most at Emerson School today. And we have the wonderful opportunity that we will hear directly from many teachers today, and we will hear from some specific 8th graders who will present some speeches for us today, some of them the same, some of them a little bit different than what they might present tomorrow during their graduation ceremony. Lastly, I want to thank all of you students for your kindness, your happy and engaged conversations with me over the last 6 years, your energy, and the way you make Emerson School such a fabulous place for everyone to learn together. You're truly remarkable, and I thank each and one of you. So thank you very much. All right, we will start with PE awards and Mr. Bill Schruck.
Good morning. Yesterday we did a track meet. The Emerson Middle School competes for points, and this year winning the track meet was, oops, should have opened. You guys know who it is. House C. So congratulations to House C. Physical Fitness Awards. Earning a first anybody who earned a Physical Fitness Award, there were 120. Every one of those viewed, please stand up. We need to give you a round of applause. 120. There we are. Earning a here is Caduce. Where's Caduce? Come on, help. This is a 5th year National Fitness Award. So for 5 years, this being his 5th consecutive year of earning either a national or a physical fitness presidential award. And we have 2 more. I'd like to mention Nikash Bagat and Natalie Mello, both of them earning their 3rd year national. There you go. And before I leave, we're going to do one last thing, and this I really enjoy doing because you get to see how many students are actively involved in any of our sports programs. So this is for the 5th through 8th grade. Anybody who ran cross-country, stand up. All the cross-country runners. Now remain standing. Don't sit down yet. Volleyball, girls volleyball, 5th through 8th grade. Soccer, Emerson soccer, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Remain standing. Boys basketball, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Let's stand up. Excellent. All right, thank you. Next, I would like to introduce Mrs. Borton and Mrs. Cavazzoli.
It is a privilege to be able to invite our family members up. We would like to start with our eldest and our precious children who we've watched since they were kindergarten, and now they're getting ready to go on to do bigger and better things. Our 8th graders from band and orchestra. If you could be able to stand up, please, and come up here. Grab some of that. Going down. Not only is their leadership important, some of these students have been participating in our program since they were at kindergarten, starting on the violin, and many others starting when they were in 4th and 5th grade on the band instruments. To be able to have that time and also create these memories and the challenging music that they do, we salute them, and we are so thrilled that we have the opportunity to be able to work with them. To be able to demonstrate how this group right here is so important, we're going to ask them to be able to hand out the pins to the younger band and orchestra students. So if you played a band or string instrument and you are in the lower school, will you come up please and please receive your pins from the 8th graders? And we're going to have them stay up here, please. Like 7th grade, 6th grade. And then we would like to invite family members that are in 6th and 7th grade up on stage. They're going to walk up the steps and come up. Walk up the steps and come up. There might be some more kids over here. Come on up. All the way over. Because it feels good to me.
Internet safety challenge.
What safety challenge?
Internet safety.
Our lower school students show the enthusiasm of starting new instruments. Our 6th grade students make the most progress in 1 year's time, coming from the lower middle school and playing with 8th grade. Our 7th graders are the ones that really hold us together, and they are taking the reins over to be the leaders. And so we would like to be able to take a family picture with all of our students up here. One great big smile, and Mr. Shaw, if you could take a picture of us, that would be great. Or not. Here we go, ready on the count of 3. 1, 2, cheese! And a round of applause. You guys can go back to your seats now. Samir. Elementary Chorus Recognition Awards.
Good morning. I have two recognitions to make this morning. The first is for the members of the chorus who have met from September until May. Each one of these chorus members have given up at least one recess a week during that time. To honor them, I would like the participants of the second and third grade chorus to stand up now. And joining them, we have the members of the fourth and fifth grade chorus stand up, please. These students have done excellent work learning more about the art of singing in a chorus and together. If you can sit down. So now I'd like to invite the fifth graders who were members of the chorus either since second grade or since the time that they arrived at Emerson. Those fifth graders, there should be about 7. All right. These chorus members are receiving Continuous Chorister Award. Elementary chorus begins in second grade and continues until fifth, and these ladies and gentlemen have been continuous members of the chorus. So folks, come on up here. Stand. Since each one of these members been involved every year since being here at Emerson. They've given lots of time and dedication to the performances and to sharing their gifts and talents with audiences as well as with the rest of the school. Folks, if you can stop by my room a little later today, you'll receive your award in person, okay? Thank you very much. Give me an applause for that. And as they're leaving the stage, I'd like to invite Renee up to talk about Internet Safety Award.
Thank you, Matt. I'm up here to speak for Jan Walker. You guys know is doing great. I talk to her just about every day, or text her, FaceTime her, and she is doing great. So she asked me to speak for her. Grades 3, 4, and 5 participated in the USASOS Internet Safety Challenge. It's a national competition, and we did great. Yeah! This is the first year grade 3 has participated. The entire third grade placed 16th in the nation. The following students placed in the top 10% of currently 1,570 total participants. Please stand when I call your name, and please hold your applause until the end. Charles Branch, Addie Kim, Simran Ketterpal, Kiara Bachakjian, I did it, Lucas Caswell, Micah Jacobson, Idris Cotton, Matt Greenwald, Cooper Duke, and Eric Fang. In this group, there are currently 4 students in the top 20 positions in the nation. This may change as more schools finish, but that's where they are now. Kiara is currently 19th in the nation. Simran is currently 18th in the nation. Addie is currently 12th in the nation. And Charles Branch is currently number 4 in the nation. Congratulations. Okay, third graders, can you have a seat? So grade 4 placed 4th in the nation. The following placed in the top 10% in the nation of currently 2,083 total participants. Please stand when I call your name, and please hold your applause till the end. Mark Labovitz, Colin Hoffman, Katie Swallow, James Evans, Ian Lewis, Caroline Robinson, Katarina Bauer, Lance Caswell, Maya Mustada, Veda Diptaman, and Celine Duenas. In this group, there are currently 3 students top 20 positions in the nation. Katie Swallow is currently number 17 in the nation. Colin Hoffman is number 5 in the nation. And Mark Labovitz is currently number 1 in the nation. Nice job. Congratulations. Okay, you guys can have a seat. Grade 5 is currently in first place in the nation. Our grade 5, first place in the nation. And the following students placed in the top 10% in the nation out of 2,471 total participants. Please stand when I call your name, and please hold your applause till the end. Ryan Wang, Jack Bruen, Caduce, Julian Toogood, Lauren Nishi, Mert Oral, Kari Bohm, Daniel Zhang, Noah Bernstein, Gwen LeBlanc, and in this group, there are currently 4 students in the top 20 positions in the nation. Julian is currently number 13 in the nation. Caduce is currently number 11 in the nation. Jack is currently number 6 in the nation. Wang is currently number 2 in the nation. Nice job. Congratulations. Thank you. You can all have a seat. When the final scores settle out at the end of June, because some schools are still in session, Jan will be sending all of you your certificates. Congratulations to all of you. Nice job. And next up is science.
Okay, 2 weeks ago, 78 Emerson students in grades 2 through 5 competed at the Washtenaw Science Olympiad. This year there were 38 schools at the competition, which is 12 more than in past years. Students did a wonderful job studying and practicing for 4 months, and they represented Emerson very well, not only in what they accomplished, but how they acted and cheered for one another. What I'm going to have you do is stand when I call your name, hold the applause, please, because there's quite a few names, and I will deliver the certificates to your homerooms a little later. Our 5th grade team: Jack Bruen, Tushar Chaudhary, Arvid Johnson, Julian Toogood, Thor Helgeson, Daniel Zhang, Adam Boucher, Kenichi Lobizo, Alexander Bauer, Robert Yang, Caduce Tuadros, Luca Bachachian, Eric Johnson, Arvid Johnson again, he did too, Mary Catherine Kulikin, Simon Spohr, Andrew Ma, Trevor Finnegan, Ryan Wang, Gabby Teichman, and Audrey Chung. Still going. Stay standing, 5th grade. 4th grade. Kate Sachs, you're on my list. I'm sorry I skipped you. Caleb Lee, Diego Del Rio, Audrey Weiser, Alexis Gilby, Lily Kubiziak, Elena Sweeney, Andriana Ullery, Anshi Paka, Rena Bauer, Veda Diptaman, Jonah Lee, Jay Vijan, Dylan Carvetti, Yasmin Chug, Katie Swallow, Diego again, Maya Mustada, Alexandra Ullery, Maren Heisel, Kira Saporsky, Anthony Van Oyen, James Evans, Fee Tuadros, James again, Michelle Mobius, Lance Caswell, and Ava Hung. Please stay standing, there's more. 3rd grade, Neil Modgul, Carson Strauss, Lucas Knorr, Adeline Boucher, Emma Zamansky, Lucas Caswell, Derek Brewer, Anya Akari, Ava Hall, Parini Rao, Andrew Zhang, Abby Lee, Anne-Marie Bagola, Teddy Tolbert, Nakash Bagat, Andrew Tyson, Eric Fang, Max Finnegan, and Derek once again. Finally, our 2nd grade team. Brahmasandra, Sophia Clear, Jaden Nim, Robert Pandolfi, Ajay Pirohit, Maxine Brienne, Juliana Hung, Violet Weiser, Naveen Owens, Preston Zabinko, Frederick DeBoard, Pierce Van Oyen, Aiden Drain, and Kieran Sinha. All these kids, give them a big round of applause.
Wow, that's a lot of kids. These lights are bright up here. I feel like I should be doing a song and dance. Maybe I will. We have a lot of kids also in middle school. In fact, doing Science Olympiad. In fact, we could probably do a presentation, a whole awards show. We sort of did, actually. We went bowling, a bowling party at the end of the year. I think I bowled a perfect game, didn't I? 300? Yeah. 2 of them. Took me 3 times to bowl 300, but anyway. Somebody got the joke. We have a number of kids who want to just call off the names now. We don't have time to go over all the different awards people won, but I will say that, as you probably already know, especially all you kids who've done Science Olympiad already, it's a huge amount of work. It goes on most of the year. These guys do it in addition to everything else they do, and it's extraordinary what they can do in competition. We were in 4 tournaments this year. We went up against 42 other schools at the first tournament. The last tournament, about 20 or so teams. So all 4 tournaments, we probably went up to about 100 different teams, and we had some phenomenal performances. So I'd like to read all the names of the people who were in middle school Science Olympiad, and if you could stand up wherever you are. And then we have a special acknowledgement for a few people who did extremely well by placing first place in all the schools that were competing. So here are the people that were participating. Mira Bagat, Mobeen Mazlumian, John Byers, Randy Joe Evans, Allison Garrett, Delenn Bauer, Anna Lorenzon, Ariel Mobius, Michelle Nicholas, Sarah Roberts, Kristen Umbriak, Ella Cunningham, Lucas Johnson, Baruch Todros, Liam Kulikan, Dana Kochman, Katie Wu, Shaunak Bagat, Cal McCullough, Ben Whiting, Milan Maka, Isabel Crum, Evelyn Crum, Leon Krishnan, Robbie Ryan, Ben Kessler, Nikhil Girish, Nia Moore, Claire Dirksen, Casey Lewis, Max Colas, David Benkis Toth, Hike Ballas, Zach Halberstam, Danielle Stavanis, Esme Cohen, Jillian Giordano, Nikhil Gunaratnam, Shruti Chakravarthi, Shailan Chug, Isla Sufi, Matthew McMurrow, and Stephen Tyson. Would you all stand up if you're not already? Congratulations. Anybody left off the list? I would like to make a special acknowledgement for 7 people who went to the regional competition, which is our last and most important competition, where we face off against the schools in our district. And we had, I think, 22 schools this year or something like that. And these people placed first among all the schools, won a first place in their event. Sarah Roberts, Ariel Mobius, Mira Bagat, Allie Garrett, Lucas Johnson, Randy Joe Evans, and Delenn Bauer. Congratulations to them.
Fourth and fifth grade.
Oh, you want to do it?
So next we need to welcome the 4th and 5th grade faculty, please.
Every year, at the beginning of the year, we talk about citizenship, and we use words like kind and caring, or leaders, or people who do the right thing. When we come up with the awards, my class votes, and it's really, citizenship is what teachers, they see it when and they know it when they see it, and the kids know it when they feel it. So I'm proud to recognize the citizens from my ward, from my class, who are winning a citizenship award. Please come up and stand on the stage. And my award winners are Lance Caswell and Ava Hung. Please come up.
I'm proud to announce that the winners from my class are Caroline Robinson and Katarina Bauer. Please come up.
to announce that the winners for my class are Lily Kubieska, Jay Vision, and Colin Hoffman. Come on up.
This year, I would like to recognize from my room Regan McKee and Mert Oral.
And from my room, I would like to recognize Drew Gottschang and Kate Weiser.
Recognition from my room is Kari Bohm, Philip Crum, and Luca Bichakjian.
Thank you, and we'll now turn it back to Mr. Lowen.
At this time of year, not only are our 8th graders going to be walking out the door fairly soon, but we have 4 specific members of the faculty and staff who have served a great many years and done just vital things for the school that I want to recognize today. Some are here and some the first person who has worked at Emerson for 29 years is Nancy Leitner. If she would please stand. Lots of you know, and particularly in the lower school, that she is the word study guru for all of us. Started out as a first grade teacher and moved into the learning support role, but has been a vital foundation to the school and goes all the way back to the early days of Emerson before we were even on this campus. So we can't thank you enough, Nancy, and we are all proud to have worked with you and wish you nothing in the future. Someone who's not here today that a lot of you may not know at all is Mr. Lee Horvath, who is our has been our director of buildings and grounds for the last 15 years, which means that he is fixing everything, keeping the building safe, adding on to things, making the building safer and better, thinking ahead about what needs to be fixed 5 years from now. He oversaw this project. He oversaw the kindergarten through 2nd grade project. He oversaw the middle school expansion project. And every single one of those projects came in costing us less than we thought and came in exactly when we thought it would be done or earlier. So he's someone who did a lot of work on the weekends and the evenings over the summer because those were times that we were out of the way and things could be kept safe. So we may or may not see him, but let's be sure we send a big round of applause off to Mr. Lee Horvath. Next up, I'm not sure if she's here, but Miss Joyce Gerber. 27 years, Joyce has served Emerson School as a 5th grade teacher, as a crusader for community service, a frequent director of field trips, finding places to go and things to learn outside of her classroom, brought in the Heroes curriculum that brought inspirational people from around Michigan and even beyond to come and speak to 5th graders and others. Her energy and enthusiasm, again, has really made Emerson School what it is today, and we will miss Joyce and we wish her all the best. So, Joyce Gerber. And lastly, among this august group is Pat Petit, who has been here in middle school for 23 years. In those 23 years, starting from when almost the first days that Emerson had a middle school, it started out without a middle school. Pat was there teaching hands-on science all the time, was really foundational to a lot of the programs in middle school, had her gardening elective actively going. In fact, Pat, I think there's a pile of beautiful soil out back that has your name on it. We're going to keep it, though. And I have two things that I just have to mention. One is llama poop, because we go out and get llama poop to keep that, whoa, watch out, to keep that soil fresh and fertile. And the last thing is, I think that a lot of you have experienced with Pat and with Bill, is a phenomenal instructor of ballroom dancing out there, too. So we want to thank for this, Pat. All right, so at this time we get to turn it over to some people with real talent. Mr. Zimmer is going to introduce some 8th grade speakers for us to enjoy right now. Right? Almost.
As part of the transition are going through to high school, we don't want them to forget the experience of being in a K-8 school. So what we'd like to offer them is something that the kindergartners would like to give them. So we'd like the 8th graders to come on down. We're going to have the kindergartners give them. For those of you that have been at graduation before, you probably remember the dull hum of some fans, because that space got a little warm and toasty while we were down there. Fortunately, now we're in the past several years, we've handed out fans. So the kindergartners have decorated fans that they would like to present to the 8th graders as a memento, and a memento of appreciation for being the role models and the leaders that they've been this year as 8th graders at the school. So kindergartners, whenever you are ready to hand that off, that would be fantastic. And then we'll welcome up a few of 8th graders to give some parting words to the whole group.
A tradition for the kindergartners and first graders of Emerson School is singing a special song, and we call it the Kleenex song. And so even the 8th graders that are standing up in front of you have learned how to sing the Kleenex song. So we thought this would be a great opportunity for anybody that remembers the song to be able to share it with the 8th graders. So please join along. Ready? And spend some time with your child every day. Childhood won't last, 'cause we grow up very fast. Spend some time with your child every day. One more time. Spend
as the 8th graders come back and find their seats, we are going to welcome up a few of our graduating members here to impart their wisdom to you as graduating 8th graders. They wouldn't have the opportunity to do that tomorrow because we aren't going to be able to have everybody in here like we do right now, as well as all of the family members of the graduates. So this is their opportunity to talk to you, and this time you get to be seated in seats and not on the bleachers. So I'd like to welcome up our friend Randy Joe Evans to start us off.
Yeah, this is just the order I have. Yeah, Mira's gonna.
All right. Hello, everybody. Okay. So, as he said, my name is Randy Joe Evans, and I've been at Emerson for 8 years. And it's gone by like a really long car trip. While you're in the car and on the trip, it seems like it's taking forever, but suddenly, it's over. And when you look back, it went by way too fast. My trip started with putting my stuff away in my red locker and walking into Jennifer's class, even though I was really scared. And it was great. From the estimation jar to Penguin Week, it was a great start to my Emerson career. And so went the years, traveling from Jennifer's class to Barb's class to Miss Swiss's class to Sue's class to Mrs. Kimes' class. But then came middle school, which was very new and adventurous. But I've learned so much more from my years here at Emerson than just equations and words. I've learned how to face challenging things every day and not to be afraid of new experiences. I will have to remember everything I learned as I leave Emerson towards the daunting thought of high school. But I'm ready, and I have to thank people for teaching me these things that make me ready. So thank you to my classmates, my friends, who helped me realize that I'm not the only one facing challenges and that I'm supported. Thank you to my teachers and my coaches for answering my questions, helping me, giving me the tools to help myself, and helping me improve every day. Thank you to my horse, dogs, rabbits, and the rest of the animals and friends who have shown me the path that I want to walk as I grow up, helped me cope with loss, and loved me till the end. Thank you to my brother, who puts obstacles in my way, but also loves me always. Thank you. I know it will be hard not to see everyone every day, but we all need to continue growing, and I hope we will remember each other and all the jokes, stories, and good times we've had. And so I'm going to leave you with a quote. Moving on is a simple thing. What it leaves behind is hard. Hello, everybody. I'm Mira Bagat. I'm so glad that I'm one of the first to speak, so this way I have your attention. Let me begin by saying what an amazing 9 years at Emerson. My time at Emerson has filled my life with countless and unforgettable memories, and I'm so lucky to have been a part of so many things. One of my most vivid memories at Emerson was studying the coral reef in first grade. I was assigned to study the parrotfish, and my partner was one of my closest friends, and she still is one of my closest friends today. I remember that when we walked to our specials, we always held our breath when passing through the hallway decorated as a coral reef, as if we were really underwater. Lastly, I felt so grown up when it was time to present my 3 facts about the parrotfish in front of all the parents and my classmates. That was one of my best memories in the lower school. In the middle school, I was fortunate enough to be a part of many other memorable times. For example, in 6th grade, it was everybody's first year of middle school, and we were all still getting to know each other. We quickly bonded over our class favorite recess game, Gaga Ball, and Kit's impersonation of a woman on the Mayflower. In 7th grade, during the DC trip, I will never forget racing to be the first to find the Michigan Pillar in the World War II Memorial and the first to find the mistake in the Lincoln Memorial. Finally, in 8th grade, we went to Florida for our class trip. Snorkeling was very fun, and I especially enjoyed watching my friend freak out every time she saw a fish. Playing sand volleyball every night was another highlight of the trip. Those are just some of the many amazing times that I have had as an Emerson student, but the memories are not the only things that I would like to acknowledge. I would also like to thank many people for making my Emerson journey as amazing as it has been. For the past 2 years, I've been taking the elective Big Brother, Big Sister. During this elective, I go down to the lower school every Tuesday and Thursday and spend time with the class that I've been assigned. Last year, I was assigned to work with Jill's first grade class and the Toads at Science and Art. I love watching them create art pieces with their amazing imaginations and taking them on a nature walk in the Nature Center during science class. This year, I've been fortunate enough to work with one of my favorite teachers, Ruth, and her 2nd grade class. Some of the kids I worked with previously, and some I'd never met before. I really enjoyed doing a state project each week with them, and even teaching one of the lessons myself. It was an absolute privilege to have the opportunity to work with these kids. All of you inspire me every day to enjoy life and be creative, and I hope that you have learned just as much from me as I have learned from you. I can't wait to come back and visit you for years to come. I'll miss you very much. I also want to thank every single one of my teachers for being so kind, caring, and confident in me. All of you have added a piece to the mosaic of who I am and shaped me into the best person that I can be. Lastly, I want to give a big thanks to all of my classmates who have become my best friends and my second family. I love you all, and I could not have asked for a better group of people to grow up with. Leaving Emerson and changing schools for the first time is going to be hard for me, but I know that with all of the knowledge and life lessons I've learned throughout my Emerson career, I'll be prepared for whatever challenges fly at me. And as Ralph Waldo Emerson would say, dare to live the life you dream for yourself. Go forward and make your dreams come true. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. So, I came to Emerson in 5th grade, and which means I've been here for 4 years, and every one of those years had funny moments which still I'm laughing at today just thinking about. And but every year I always remembering the 8th graders. I always looked up to them, and I always thought of them as being really cool until I realized that 5'8" isn't quite that tall. So off my head, I can remember first and last names of countless 8th graders, which really stuck to me. So I remember in 5th grade onward, 5:30 was my favorite time of the day, because that's when the 8th graders and all the middle schoolers came down to hang out with us. So they would draw pictures of cows and fish and stuff, and it was great. So but as I grew older, they came less like gods and more like peers to me. And every day they became more relatable. And then all of a sudden, I was an 8th grader. It didn't happen overnight, but it didn't take a century either. Last year, I remember sitting up here at the graduation ceremony, thinking, that's going to be up here, shaking right there, giving his speech right there. That's going to be me. And here I am shaking. So on the last day, I'm going to be in the pictures, giving out hugs, giving people tissues as they cry. And it's been a short ride. Now my reign as an 8th grader is over, even though it felt like it just started. Now as kids, we've always heard this a million times, but you have to cherish every moment that you have here. Every time you enjoy something, you need to remember it, because all of a sudden, it's going to be gone. And if you don't do what you want to do with it, then you'll forget about it. So every year seems shorter and shorter, and all of a sudden it just closes to an end, and you realize that you are indeed limited by the passing time. What you thought was endless did actually have an end. So I'd like to thank all the students and faculty here, especially Jerry Lowen, for making this the best time of my life. Thank you.
Okay. I've gone to school at Emerson for 8 years, and I'm only 14. That means this school has been a part of my life for over half of my life. Not only has Emerson been with me for a long time, but also the people who have been here. A large portion of this year's graduating class have been here for 8 or 9 years, but there are also a few that have come to the middle school this year, last year, or even the year before that. Some of us have been friends for years, since 1st grade, or maybe we've been friends for 1 year, but the important thing is that we're friends. Emerson is a fairly small school, so that means that every year we have the chance to interact and form relationships with all of our fellow students. Everyone in this class can look around and name every one of their classmates, first name and last name. Most kids don't have that opportunity. Most live their school lives without knowing half the people in their grade. Some of us can even name students in the grades below us. Some of us have friends scattered through all the grades, even in the lower school, and that's what makes the sense of community at Emerson so great. However, the middle school community isn't just made up of students, it's also made up of the teachers. All the teachers in this school have done so much for all their students, and most of us don't even realize. While some teachers may have favorites or students that they don't like so much, they're always trying to be helpful and supportive. Without teachers, a school would be a building and a student would just be a kid. Graduation is a time to thank people, family, teachers, classmates, and maybe a coach or two. But the best things to have and the most important things are friends. We may not have been together long, or we may have been together for years. But the important thing is that we did come into each other's lives, and we've been there through thick and thin, through the good and the bad. And even though we may have had fights or disagreements in the past, we're tomorrow. We're leaving Emerson for the last time tomorrow, and tomorrow is the day to leave behind the school that has become a second home, and with it, the people who have become a second family.
Hello, my name is Emma Throm. So each year since I was in second grade, I came to the graduation assembly and thought to myself, I really want to do that when I'm in 8th grade. Each year I got inspired to say something creative. Each year I tried to think of ideas that no one had done before. And each year I always got tired of sitting on those uncomfortable bleachers. Well, here I am now giving the speech that I never dreamed would actually happen. When I look back on my years at Emerson, it seems so long ago, and I realize that my time here really has gone by fast. I started here in 1st grade, but I'm still learning things about the school every day. Emerson has been a second home to me ever since my first day here. I've made so many great friends, I've met some amazing teachers, I've discovered my strengths and my weaknesses, and I found my passions. One of the funny things that I've personally experienced while here at Emerson is the interesting pattern that occurred. When I visited Emerson, I looked in Jill's room, and I immediately wanted to be in her class because it was so colorful. But when it was time for 1st grade, I got into Jennifer's class, and it was great. I really liked her class, and that was where I made some of my first best friends. Then the same thing happened in 2nd grade. I had done a summer camp with Barb, and so of course I wanted to have Barb as my teacher, but I got Ruth. Actually, 2nd grade was one of my favorite years in the lower school because of her. Each year I wanted a different teacher than I got, but each year I enjoyed that teacher and I learned something from that experience. There will be many instances in the future that you will be stuck with and happy with, but if you make the most of your time, you'll do well and enjoy yourself more. I'd like to think of my time at Emerson as hiking up a mountain. I've started from the bottom and now I'm at the top. I've discovered hardships along the way, but I've learned where to put my feet in order to keep going. Of course, now I would like to thank the people that made this good experience. Mom and Dad, I couldn't thank you enough for the amount of patience you gave me, paying the tuition, and driving me here every day. I'd also like to thank my grandma for helping out with the driving and always being there for me. I'd like to thank the staff for being great role models for all of us and making my time here feel extra special. Last but not least, I'd like to thank my 8th grade class for being some of the best friends I could ever have and also adding to the enjoyment of my time here. Thank you.
Ooh, I'm last. Okay. Life is like taking off into an airplane. There might be some turbulence or delayed flights, but as your journey gets longer, everything outside seems to get smaller. And as we grow, we tend to forget about the smaller things in life. But for me, Emerson is not one of those small things. Because when I look back out the window of the airplane and I see Emerson, I'll think of all the great teachers, students, and wonderful many memories here. But like all plane rides, there needs to be an end. Some of the people that have made Emerson the journey it is today are the teachers. They really make Emerson what it is, and with their enthusiasm for teaching, it's amazing. You can really tell they enjoy their job. Now, I could seriously talk here for hours about each and one of them. I think you all know that. I'm just going to say thank you. Because whether we realize it or not, who we are and who we will become is mostly influenced by the people around us. And from grade, we really begin to find out who we are. But being influenced is not just because of the teachers, it's the students as well. My peers that are sitting here are a very gifted and great group of people. So many of them are so talented, and whether it's doing an activity or just being friendly, I really wouldn't be surprised if one of them becomes president or a professional sports player or something like that. I'm so very thankful to have grown up with them and learned with them at Emerson, and I am very proud to be graduating with them. I would like to thank my parents as well for taking me to and from school activities, and especially taking me to Emerson. And I'd like to thank my brothers, including Vincent, and they really helped me learn how to work in a distracting environment. I have been at Emerson since kindergarten. I've seen teachers and students come and go. I've had best friends since kindergarten and made more recent ones. I have seen so many of these graduations. I've loved my time at Emerson.
Let's give our 8th grade group one final round of applause. Time we'd like to let the 1st grade, 2nd grade, and 3rd grade depart through the doors. For everybody that's staying, we have some more awards. I'd like to welcome Julie Moon to the stage.
Hey, thanks. All right. Well, this is my wonderful opportunity to let you know about an organization that we are a part of that you might not realize we are. It's the International Society. A thespian is defined as of or relating to theater, or as a noun, an actor or an actress, or a theatrical technician. Therefore, anyone who has acted or been a part on crew in any Emerson productions, you have been a part of the Emerson troupe players, and certainly have been thespians. There have been 6 full-length productions produced in the last 3 years that our departing 8th graders have helped to produce as their own thespian talent. They have been My Son Pinocchio, Journey to the World's Edge, Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, The Somewhat True Tale of Robin Hood, The Pirates of Penzance Jr., and our last black box theater play, And This Is a Test. There have also been community shows produced for the Emerson community in show choir, things like Schoolhouse Rock Musical Live. And we also started a new elective this year that these 8th graders, many of which were part of starting when they were in 6th grade, called Set for Change, which stands for Social and Emotional Theater for Change. They produced a show every year to help provide to the audiences that saw hopefully some kind of change within them for either the community or themselves or their peers. I would therefore at this time like to ask the 8th graders who have participated in cast or crew of any of these plays, musicals, or community productions to please stand. Length Emerson troupe player productions while they have been here at Emerson School. And because of their 3 years and uniquely amazing over 200 hours of Emerson School time to production, I wish to give them recognition for their passion and their time to our program. Please come and receive your honor in the International Thespian Society. These people are Isabel, Randy Joe, Vincent, and Baruch and Shruti, who have done 4 shows. Come on down, we'll create a line here. Yep. Hazel. Yep. Michael, Joey, and Annika have done 5 shows while they've been here at Emerson, along with Emma Throm, and Cammie, who has done 6 shows all year long in her 3 years. In fact, by my calculations, and although it's pretty tricky, Miss Emma Throm and Cammie Triber have over 400 hours of time to the Emerson Troop players, and as well as times in show choir and Set for Change and other community things and electives in our International Thespian Troop 88531, and thus they are our co-presidents of the International Thespian Society this year.
Thanks for that pause for the cause.
All right. Yeah, they deserve it. The International Thespian Society is the world's largest organization honoring students. There are over 2 million students that are currently members all around the world. This is a professional actors association that began in 1929 and have famous members like Tom Hanks and Julie Louise-Dreyfus, and not so famous members like myself, who all began as students in school. Members go on to compete for scholarships in high school and can receive college credits and opportunities at conferences to compete and perform. To become a member, one must participate in a theater production or crew member in at least 2 of their troupe, their school's productions, and have over 100 hours of rehearsal time, either backstage or on stage, therefore proving that they have experience in the theater realm. Emerson became a junior troupe member, number 88531, back in 2001. And at this time, I'd like to induct 16 new members. Please stand and remain standing when I call your name wherever you are. You are. Lacey Cooper, our only 6th grade member. Evelyn Crum, Michelle Anna Nicholas, Gaia Peterson, Quade Pullman, Jack Pribble, Austin Zieglis, John Byers, Royal or Raleigh Caswell, who was backstage crew 3 years in a row, Ben Chambers, Lily Gilman, Tyler Lee, Martin, Mobeen Mazulian, I hope I said that right, and Ellie Spohr. Thank you. You may be seated. As you leave this assembly today, before your book signing, if you can please remember, stop by outside room 210, the old Black Box Theater Drama Room, to get your membership card and certificate and to sign our membership roster that stays with this school. And our new presidents, Emma Throm and Cammie Triber, will be there to sign your certificate as well. I thank you very much, and I now like to introduce my colleague, Miss Senora Corral Lopez.
Okay, buenos días. Like every year, buenos días. So students taking Spanish at Emerson participate in the biggest competition, a national competition that is offered by the American Association of Teachers of Spanish and Portuguese. This year, over 150,000 students have participated in this competition, these exams, and Emerson does always an excellent job. We are very proud of our students. This year, we had 3 golds, 3 silver, 5 bronze, and 14 honorable mentions. So we are going to call our students, please, the ones getting, come here, all of you, Lord, all of you, please. I'm going to have Magistra help me with the names. The spatula, slowly, okay? And I'm going to give the awards for level 1, 0, 1, and level 1. Okay, start here.
It is my great honor to announce the names of those who earned commendations in exam level 01, regular category. Bronze, Laura Koster, Brian Hussey, and Simran. Sorry.
Magistra.
Right.
We have to kiss everyone here.
Silver medal winners, Brian Hussey and Simran Kapila. Gold medal winners.
Magistra, un momento.
Gold medal winners, Casey Lewis. Hold your applause, please. And Austin Zeglis. Exam level 1, regular category. Bronze medal winner, Maya Akuri. Max Collis. Omar Hassan. Shruti Lakshman. Silver medal winner, Hazel Byers. And gold medal winner, Andy Tappenden.
But before we let the folks that receive Spanish awards go, we need to recognize all of the Spanish participants for the winner of this year's World Language Soccer Tournament. Spanish, you now have the only official back-to-back-to-back championship. Yeah, but it's back to back to back.
I would like to thank, and please, the teams for French, for Japanese, for Chinese, and Latin. Please stand up. Stand up, those players who play in the teams, okay? Because you made it a very fun competition. Thank you.
We'd now like to welcome Madame Jury.
Get through it eventually. Just kept plugging away. Wait, turn the page here. Yeah, it's short.
Bonjour tout le monde. Before I start talking about all my amazing French students, I would like to speak to you in my role as teacher of the newspaper elective. We chose as a staff of 5 that we would do a commemorative final issue. It's called the Emerson Eagle Eye Special Edition Grade Trips. So when you pick up your yearbooks, please notice there will be a paper that will give you your souvenir itinerary, photos of all the things that you did, and quotes from some of the students. Slip it inside your yearbook, and one more souvenir, one more paper to take home. So please remember to grab one. And what I would like to tell you today is that the French program is like the most fun thing that I do in my life, and that's saying a lot because I have a pretty lucky life. This year, my 7th and 8th graders took the French equivalent of the National Spanish exam, which they call the National French exam. And I don't know, 17 people or something take it. What I would like you guys to do is stand when you hear your name called, and then come by my office for your award. After us to stand up is my dear friend Elliot Beck, who was 8th in the state of Michigan. Is Claire Dirksen here today? Also 8th in Michigan. Sarah Roberts, where are you, Sarah? 7th in the state of Michigan. Robbie's over there, 6th in the state of Michigan. Michelle, or Anna, for those of you who don't know her real name. Nicholas, 5th. Where are you, Michelle? Not here. 5th in the state of Michigan. Dara Geva, stand. And we have to take a little break here because Miss Dara joined French 2 after skipping French 1. Worked with me over the summer, came into French 2, and is 4th in the state of Michigan for her efforts. So way to go, Dara. Then we have Miss Dana here, our songstress and actress, who is 2nd in the state and 8th in the nation for her level of French. And where is my Gabriel? Gabriel is a learner of languages, and he is also a very hard worker. Number 1 in the state of Michigan, 6th in the nation for his level of French. Obviously, my heart is bursting with pride. I love my students very much, and I'm always happy to see them succeed, so congrats. Now, for the 8th grade class, we were a small bunch. I would just have you stand up here. Lily Gilman, 9th in the state, 10th in the nation. Clara Martin, 9th in the state, 10th in the nation. That's possible because they got the same score. Cal. That's my Cal. I don't know what I'm going to do without him. Okay, Cal Martin, 6th in the state, 7th in the nation. And finally, Miss Jessica, where are you, Jess? 3rd in the state, 4th in the nation. So if I could ask the rest of my 8th grade French class to stand up, please. They all did really well. Everyone was in the top 15, but you got to cut it off somewhere. Okay. No, stand. Not done with you. Okay, here's the deal. I see these people come up. Thank you, teachers. Thank you, mom. Thank you, school. I feel really, really strongly that I need to thank these kids because they have given me 3 of the most memorable years as a teacher, and I will never forget them. Jamais de la vie. Vous allez aller avec moi à la retraite, à la plage, au restaurant. Je vais toujours dire des histoires de vous. Bonjour, Clara. Nous sommes une famille, nous nous aimons, et bravo. Merci. Come to my office for your prizes.
I'd like to welcome Makie Kerr to the stage.
Ohayou gozaimasu. Our Japanese class has been very busy this year. I like to recognize some of my students. When you hear your name, please stand. First, I like to recognize 2015 Michigan Nengajo Contest winners. First place for artistic category, Joy Pinto. Second place for artistic category, Emma Klom. First place for comical category, Annika Olsen. Third place for comical, Ben Bauer. First place for original category, Miri Maka. 座ってください。I'd like to recognize the 2015 Japanese Quiz Ball Emerson team. Dylan Bauer, Ben Chambers, Randy Joe Evans, Miri Maka, and Lucas Johnson. We high school Division III category. I would ask Dylan to come forward for our team. Third, I'd like to recognize 3 students who are accepted and will be attending the 2015 summer program with the help of grant money from Japanese Business Society of Detroit. Morbin Mazlumian, Ben Chambers, and Lucas Johnson. Finally, I'd like to recognize 2015 National Japanese Exam Medal winners. Medal winners, please come forward. Bronze medal, Ben Chambers. Silver medal, Lucas Johnson. And gold medal, Randy Jo Evans. Thank you.
And for our final award of the day, we have Bill Schrock for the Middle School Citizenship Awards.
I would like you to take 15 seconds and just think if you had to write some kind of a definition of what is a good student in the middle school. What would you say about them? 15 minutes, just think about it. Seconds, rather. 15 seconds. I happen to find this online, so that's why I'm using technology. And this is what another student wrote from another school. A good citizen is someone who respects others and their property. He is helpful and considerate, willing to put others first. He listens to the views of others and thinks about it, and thinks of what they have to say. He helps people who are not in a position to help themselves. He respects the environment and does not damage it in any way. He works hard. He is well-mannered and pleasant, and he is always willing to learn. The middle school staff at Emerson thought about it, and we put together a list, if I can find it. Here we go. Of people who seem to match that definition. And it's unfortunate that we limit ourselves to only 6 people in the middle school, because there are many more that are probably at. But this year, and when I call your name off, please come up here to center stage. In the 6th grade, Marky. And Shailene. Shailene. Here he comes. Okay. In the 7th grade, Dara. And Gabe. And the 8th grade, Ellie. And Mobeen.
Okay, I lied about the last one. We've got one more to recognize, just a few more leaders in our community, so I'd like to welcome up Carol Kelly. You guys can have a seat. You guys can have a seat.
Hi. So I realize we're getting really near the end and you guys have been very patient, so I'll be very quick. The National Junior Honor Society is an organization that is created to recognize and honor students who consistently demonstrate ability in academic studies, citizenship, community service, and leadership. I'm just going to read out the names, and if they could stand up, of those students who have managed to reach the standards that are set. The 8th grade ones predominate because the 6th and 7th grade actually have the summer to complete their units for this year. But this year we'd like to recognize Julia Amma, Delane Bauer, Mira Bagat, Randy Joe Evans, Sydney Friedman, Anna Lorenzen, Ellie Spohr, Danielle Stavanis, and Kieran Whitgan. Thank you. I have certificates you can get from me later.
Well, thank you all for a great first run through the awards ceremony in our new space. We went a little longer than usual, but that's okay. Before